Just what were your thoughts on the crowd and what unfolded tonight?
Great crowd, great crowd. I'm sure a lot of them, came because Penn State, #1 team in the country. A lot of Penn State fans in the crowd, but it was a great crowd. We always have, our guys love wrestling here, Jersey Mike's. So yeah, it was awesome to see that. It was pretty cool. They were into it at the beginning. Just got to keep them into it, and we weren't able to do that, unfortunately. So, but awesome crowd. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate the administration. Appreciate the marketing team. Did a lot of cool things for this match. I don't know if it was the largest crowd, second largest crowd ever. So, really do appreciate Lisa Carone, her marketing team, and everything they did to get this thing jazzed up. Obviously, I just wish we would have competed a little bit better.
How do you bridge the gap between a team that's so talented like Penn State and from where you are?
Man, I'm not. I mean, I think there's 80 Division I programs, and there's 79 of us trying to figure that out right now. And some are closer than others, and we're really far off. That's a lot of talent. It's a great program. I mean, you bridge it with recruiting, and you got to be able to bring in guys to match it, and it's a hard thing to do.
Coach, I'm sure you were ready for a challenge today. What do you kind of take away from tonight and some of the bouts overall?
Just that's the best there is to offer in college wrestling, and we're a long ways away from in some of those matches. It wasn't real competitive in some of those matches. But our guys fought hard. They had a great week of preparation, and it's the Big Ten, so we got to get on a plane tomorrow afternoon and get up to or get out to Nebraska. So that's where we're at right now, and that's what the Big Ten Conference does. And so right back at it tomorrow. We'll have a good workout. We'll get on a plane and get out to Lincoln and get after it again.
What were your thoughts on some of those earlier matches, especially some of them seemed close initially before Penn State got a couple of late points and late in the period? How tough was that?
Yeah, I thought they did a good job of scoring back points. They got back points at 41. They got back points at 49. They got back points at 65. They got back points at 74. They got back all the way through. They're getting back points. You can't get turned in a big match like that. You just can't give up fours. And then I really thought the difference was matching their hand fight. We weren't able to match their hand fight, and they move their hands so well, and it felt like at times we were just standing still. But that's credit to them being super talented and really good in those positions, and we weren't able to match it. And it's hard to simulate it as well. So I think those were the most. I'm fired up for the first two guys. Right, those were two good wins. Obviously, Dean's wrestling their starter, so. And then Joey did what he had to do. That's who they brought to wrestle, and Heilman did a good job. So, but fired up for Peterson. That's the best he's wrestled in a long time, and kind of needs that as we head into March. He's got a big one Sunday, so we'll concentrate on that. Number 3 kid, but I was fired up the way he wrestled.
Yeah, more about Peterson setting the tone really tonight in front of the crowd. Really close to picking up that pin. I think the place would have went nuts if that happened. Way to rebound last week from the match against, I think, Braxton Brown from Maryland, who turned out to be a very tough kid, comes from Allen, Texas, Bo Nickel, things of that nature from there.
Sure. Yeah.
Talk about how he kind of sets the tone for you guys.
When he wrestles like that, it's fun, it's exciting, and he did a good job of that tonight, and we had to get back to doing that. He lost 2 in a row, lost to 2 really good guys, and that's what the conference does if you're not ready every single day. But he did a really good job with his weight and not being too light, if that makes sense, and training all the way up until this morning and then worrying about his weight. So that was different. He worked out this afternoon, which was different. So it was a totally different feel for Dean, and it showed in his wrestling today. So we just got to be consistent. He's got to do a good job. He's got a big one Sunday, and we'll be fired up for that one.
Coach, I know you celebrated Senior Day today, but I think almost everyone has at least a year of eligibility coming back.
Yeah.
What's it like from that perspective, knowing that this is still a young team that is taking its lumps but can still be getting better?
Yeah, it's I mean, we will have everybody back if they choose to come back. So, including Robbie and Boone. So everybody has the opportunity to come back, and if they choose to do that, we could still be a really good team, and we just got to keep getting better. You're right, we're young, but it's crazy. I always say this, in this sport, the young guys are winning national titles, right? The young guys are winning at a very high level. So that you really can't, I know we're young, we've got to get better, and You got to be better. You got to be better. So it doesn't matter your age. Again, freshmen, you'll see some freshmen. They went 3 freshmen in a row, right? And obviously we were very familiar with 49, but that 57 can win a national title. He's a freshman, right? And that 65 is really good. He's a freshman. So it's a talent gap, and we have to close it.
Got time for one more question?
Okay, go ahead.
Availability of Boone McDermott for Sunday going forward?
Yeah, just under the weather. Hopefully he feels better tomorrow, and we got to get him on a plane, and hopefully he's ready to go for Sunday. You have another one, Pat?
Is this the best Penn State team you've seen?
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and Penn State don't need any more pumping up, but that's about as good as it gets, and their best kid's probably sitting at home right now. So, yeah, and I think those 3 guys I just mentioned at some point are going to be in the thick of it to win national titles, and they got four others that have won them. So, yeah, that's not to take away from David Taylor's group and Ed Ruth's group and Molinaro's group and Bo Nickel and Zane and all those guys, but this is a pretty good team. All right, guys, thanks.